How's it going, everyone? I'm here to review for you guys today PWG Battle of Los Angeles 2014. Of course, these shows took place over a span of 3 days. The first time since 2007 that Battle of Los Angeles has been 3 days. It's usually been 2 days, but for this year they expanded back to 3. I guess they just got the amount of talent they needed for 3 days. And they did it for 3 days. I don't know what the situation was, but I'm pretty sure that's what came across to this being 3 days. This got talent for it, and they said, why not go for 3 days this year? But before I get to the review, sorry if this review isn't the most in-depth for each match. When you watch 3 consecutive shows that are 2.5 to 3 hours long and over 20 matches, it's gonna be hard to exactly memorize everything that's happening because there's a lot of information. So I'll try and briefly go over each match. I probably won't go to in-depth and talk about it for about a minute or two. I'll probably just go over it quickly as possible. Because, like I said, it's hard to maintain all the information that you were given throughout these 3 shows. So it's not exactly the easiest thing to remember every single thing that happened in these 3 shows, but I'll try my best. But further ado, let's stop wasting any time, and of course, let's jump into night 1 because where else are you gonna start? Night 2, night 3? No, you gotta start with night 1. All right, bring night 1 over here. Alrighty, let's see if I can get into an angle where my shadow isn't overcasting the DVD. Okay, over here, of course, it's a cover of Bola with a logo right there, 2014 Bola. You got Brian Myers, Bobby Fish, AJ Styles, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, Michael Elgin, Trevor Lee, and Tommaso Ciampa on the front. Night 1. You open it up. Here's the inside. You got AJ Styles and Brian Myers right there. You got Kyle O'Reilly right there. Well, thought the disc was loose because this thing was really hard. The disc was really hard to get out of the thing when I first opened it. Here's this carousel. There's a winner on the side right there, which when you put all 3 of them together shows who the winner. Of course, here's all the photos from the event itself. And let's go over the matches now. I'll begin off with the first round match, which was Bobby Fish versus TJ Perkins. This match was alright. Nothing really too significant here. Just I'd compare this. I wouldn't compare it, but I'd say it was in the same level, match quality wise, as Tommaso Ciampa and Rocky Romero from 11. It was good. It was decent, but nothing really extraordinary. TJ Perkins ended up getting the win when it was actually a unique way to finish the match. Bobby Fish had him in a reverse knee bar, and TJ Perkins actually reversed it into a bridge pin. Where Bobby Fish couldn't kick out, so it was a unique ending to the match, but decent opener, nothing spectacular. Next we had another first round match, Biff Busick versus Roderick Strong. I actually really liked this match. I really enjoyed it, and honestly, it reminded me a lot of Roderick Strong versus Carl Anderson from 2009. Guerrero San Frontier. It wasn't the same match as it was, but the stiffness and the way they're hitting each other, it reminded me of it. So I really enjoyed this match. It's hard hitting. Biff Busick really impressed me here. This is the first time I've seen him, so I was really impressed by him here. And usually, I mean, what better opponent to debut in PWG against than Roderick Strong? Because Roderick Strong's pretty much, I wouldn't say the name and face of PWG, but he's the guy that I think you should break into the company with. You'll really shine with him, I think. So I think Roderick Strong was a great opponent for Biff Busick. But Roderick Strong began the victory at the end of Hardy to advance. Next we had a first round match, Cedric Alexander versus Trevor Lee, which was a really, really good match here. They emphasized the fact that they know each other very well, and it really showed here. The counters and maneuvers they're having in the match really showed how well they knew each other. And they put on a very good match, I thought, here. Cedric Alexander ended up losing. Trevor Lee ended up getting the Orange Crush for the 1-2-3 on him. So it was an awesome to see. Trevor Lee is actually a guy I'm really growing on to. I think he's really good, and I'm really liking him. So I can't wait to see what else he does in PWG, because I think he's really good. So a very solid match there. Next we had a World Tag Team Championship 3-way match. World's Cutest Tag Team being the champions versus Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian versus Inner City Machine Guns. This match wasn't nearly as good as I thought it was going to be or hoping it was. It was an alright match, nothing special. It was mainly just a regular tag match between World's Cutest Tag Team and Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels. The Inner City Machine Guns weren't really in the match all that much. But when they were in the match, it was a lot of fun. But besides that, the match was alright. Like I said, it was you'd think it'd be very good and very fun on paper, but when it actually happened, I didn't really like it that much. It was still good for what it was, though. Candice LeRae got the surprise victory. Well, not the surprise victory, but the surprise pinfall, I should say, on Rich Swann with the reverse Hurricanrana for the 1-2-3 victory to retain. It was good, but it was a little disappointing for me. Next, we had another first-round match. Tommaso Ciampa versus Michael Elgin, and a hard-hitting, great match here. Very, very good. You can probably argue match of the night for this match. It was, well, you can argue this is the best first-round match, I can say, for both nights. This is a very hard-hitting, great match. Michael Elgin, very dominant Tommaso Ciampa, and, Tommaso Ciampa just fighting back and giving it all. Just a very solid back-and-forth match between these two. Very, very fun. Michael Elgin ended up getting the victory with the lariats and a hard-hitting fought battle. Just very good stuff between the two guys. Love to see a rematch in the future. Next, another first-round match, Brian Myers versus AJ Styles, which was a good match, but this pretty much proves that Brian Myers isn't as good as everyone thinks he is. I thought he was really good, but since I started watching this match, I've seen a few other matches on the indies. He's not really that good, to be honest. He's decent. He even got a few "You Can't Wrestle" chants, so I mean that pretty much says a lot. But it was good seeing AJ Styles back at the PWG ring. Like I said, solid match here, I guess, for the return matches, or Brian Myers' debut and AJ Styles' return. Brian Myers fucked up the ending. AJ Styles looked like he was going for a Styles Clash from second rope, but Brian Myers fucked it up. And AJ Styles ended up putting him in the a Boston Crab, and he ended up tapping out, and AJ Styles even looked pissed off, like he fucked up the finish. So Brian Myers fucked up the finish, and AJ Styles ended up hitting 2 Styles Clashes on him at the end to pretty much, say, hey, this is what happens when you fuck up. So, decent match. Next, we have another first-round match. These are all first-round matches, so I don't know why I keep saying it for. Drew Gulak versus Kyle O'Reilly, which was a great match here. Very scientific, very mad-based match, which you'd pretty much expect from a Kyle O'Reilly match. This match, to me, was very similar to O'Reilly's match with Chris Hero at 11. Drew Gulak really dominated and just gave the fight to O'Reilly, and O'Reilly pretty much just put up with it and fought back and wouldn't quit. So this match is very similar to O'Reilly's 11 match, I felt. But this was very fun, O'Reilly with the counters and submissions, and just a very scientific match. Probably the best wrestling-based match you get on the show. O'Reilly won with the cross-arm breaker, and, Drew Gulak submitted. So, great match there. And then we go to the main event, which is a 6-man tag team match. Adam Cole and the Young Bucks versus Kenny Omega, Zack Sabre Jr., and Chuck Taylor, which was a awesome 6-man tag. This was extremely fun. Oh man, this is very fun. I was marking out like bananas. Zack Sabre Jr. is just awesome. He started out the match and he just went ape shit, and he's awesome. He's very scientific. He's very mad based. I've always heard a lot of great things about Zack Sabre Jr., but I've never seen him until Bola, and he's great. Kenny Omega was great as well. Chuck Taylor, hilarious as always, and just a very fun match. Chuck Taylor went for his infamous dive over the rope in slow motion. The Young Bucks actually stopped him, which was pretty funny. But the Young Bucks super kicking Kenny Omega as goes for a suicide dive. Just an extremely fun match. Match of the night, in my opinion. Just a lot of fun. Omega ended up picking the victory up for his team when Chuck Taylor hit the awful waffle on Adam Cole, and he pinned Adam Cole for the 1-2-3 victory. So night one, very good night. The first round matches were, they were good. Very good, I thought. Nothing really stood out besides the Elgin Ciampa match. Well, the O'Reilly and Gulak match was very good as well, like I said. But just a very solid match, or a very solid night with the main event just mind-blowing. It was awesome. Very, very good stuff. So night one, solid, good stuff. And then we move on, of course, to night two, which on the cover you have Rich Swann, Drew Gulak, Candice LeRae, Zack Sabre Jr., Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole, ACH, and Biff Busick. You open it up, you got a picture of Matt Sydal, Chris Hero. You got Bobby Fish and Drew Gulak on the disc right there. There's a spine. Like I said, you got to put them all together to make the picture out. And here's pictures of the event from the show. Now, night two I thought was a very a big improvement. Not a big improvement, but an improvement from the first night. I thought the first round matches flowed better and were a lot better than the first night. Not saying that the first night had bad matches. I just thought night two had the better first round matches. And this show was it was great. Definitely a step up from the first one. Not a big step up, but it was a better show, I would say. Then I kicked off with the first round match, Candice LeRae versus Rich Swann, which was all right. Nothing really too good, to be honest. I felt like the match went on a little longer than it should have. I think all the opening matches for both nights went on longer than they should have, to be honest. But the whole story was Candice LeRae fighting back, and Rich Swann really didn't give a shit that she was a chick. He was hitting her. He didn't really care in this match. But it was decent. Like I said, it went on a little too long, I thought. Candice LeRae ended up picking the surprise victory up when Rich Swann went for the jumping 450 splash, where she countered it, where she put her knees up and into a small package. She got the 1-2-3 victory to win the match. and you know, decent opener. I'd probably put it up with the same as Bobby Fish and TJP, to be perfectly honest. It was just a decent match. Next, you got Johnny Gargano versus Chuck Taylor, which was an awesome match. I really enjoyed it. Definitely, the comedy here was good. Of course, they were old best friends. He was a tag team, you know, beginning of last year when Johnny Gargano started PWG. So, I mean, it definitely, you know, played into effect here. And just a lot of fun. The comedy was great. The match was great. It was very enjoyable. And I had a lot of fun watching it. Of course, Johnny Gargano getting the victory with the Gargano escape on Chuck Taylor. And Chuck Taylor submitted. And a very fun, great not tag team, very fun match in general. Next, we had Ricochet versus Chris Sabin. A very fun match as well. I thought these two worked very well together. It was very enjoyable. You know, Ricochet just really, you know, showing how good he is. And, you know, I haven't seen Chris Sabin in a long time. So it was great to see him again. And they put on a very solid match. Very enjoyable, I thought. Yeah, just very enjoyable. Ricochet ended up getting the victory with the 630 senton on Chris Sabin for the 1-2-3 victory. And a very fun match. Very enjoyable. Next to the tag team match, yeah, Biff, Busick, and Drew Gulak versus Red Dragon, which was a great tag team match here. It went pretty lengthy, too. It almost went about 25 minutes, I would say. But it was great. You know, the opening match, you had Red Dragon basically just kicking the shit out of Busick and Gulak, just dominating them, just, you know, didn't really give him a fighting chance. And then, you know, very, you know, shortly after they took over the match, Biff, Busick, and Drew Gulak pretty much took over, and it was pretty much, you know, waiting for that hot tag. For Kyle O'Reilly in the match, or, you know, Bobby Fish, whoever it was. So it's pretty much, you know, the faces got the advantage, and then, you know, the heels were teamed up. So, you know, the crowd was just waiting for the faces to get the upper advantage again. And it was a very great tag team match. It was very, you know, all four of these guys are great wrestlers, and they put on a very, very solid tag team match. It was great. It was, you know, a lot of fun. The submissions and counters were great. Drew Gulak and Biff Busick continued to impress me. Just very impressive from both guys. They put on a great performance here. And very solid stuff, tag work. I was very impressed by him. But Fish ended up pinning Drew Gulak when they hit Chasing the Dragon on him. So just a great tag team match. Next we had Chris Hero versus Matt Sydal, which was good. You know, it was like your typical big man, little man match where, you know, Sydal tried to, you know, take over, or, you know, I wouldn't say out wrestle, just try to get Chris Hero down to his size, or, you know, whatever maneuver he would hit, it wouldn't really phase Hero because he's a bigger man. And just, you know, whenever Sydal got the offense, it was like, whoa, because, you know, Hero's a bigger man. So it was kind of like your typical big man, little man match, which I thought it worked pretty well for the most part. You know, it was good. Nothing, you know, nothing too great. Sydal ended up getting the victory with the Shooting Star Press. So, you know, it was solid, but nothing really that good. Next we had Adam Cole versus Zack Sabre Jr. in a great match here. Very good. You know, Zack Sabre Jr. just showing his, you know, technicality in the ring, and, you know, how scientific he is. He's very good. Like I said, these shows was the first time I've really seen him wrestle, and I'm very impressed with him. He's very good. Him and Adam Cole. Adam Cole's actually the guy I've actually heard him praise him a lot. It was actually in his Smart Mark video shoot interview. I really heard about him for the first time, and he really praised him. And seeing these two go at it, they just put on a great match here. Very enjoyable. You know, Adam Cole playing the heel, of course, in the match. And, you know, it's great to see Adam Cole wrestle the, you know, more technical guys, because it brings out the more technical guy in Adam Cole as well, like he used to be, you know, a few years ago. So it was good to see, you know, the side of Cole being technical again, for this match at least. And they put on a great match. You know, Sabre Jr. got the upset victory. You know, he pinned Cole in a predicament where Cole really couldn't kick out. I can't really describe how he pinned him, but, like, there was no way in hell he could kick out of that. It was like he had his hands trapped and his legs trapped. You couldn't kick out of that even if you tried. So, unique finish. Didn't make Adam Cole look bad. You know, Adam Cole, before the match, claimed that he was going to be the first ever two-time Battle of Los Angeles winner, and he got eliminated in the first round. So, the ending was fine with me. And next we had, ACH versus Kenny Omega. Now, this match at first wasn't too good. It was, you know, it was very slow. Kenny Omega just dominated ACH. It wasn't, you know, it was pretty, I wouldn't say boring, but nothing really to get into. But the moment a fan gave Kenny Omega his Stone Cold Steve Austin jacket, because he's wearing a Stone Cold Steve Austin jacket, Kenny Omega brought in the ring and put on the turnbuckle, because he's going to hit, you know, ACH and turnbuckle with the jacket. It backfired. ACH put on the jacket, and holy shit, the crowd went ape shit, and it was a ton of fun. The ACH Omega match from there on was completely fun. This was a very, very fun match. This honestly probably is the best first round match out of night 1 and night 2. It is very enjoyable. ACH, Stone Cold ACH in this case was going apeshit, stomping mud holes, throwing stunners, Kenny Omega throwing rock bottoms. Just for a good solid 10 minutes, the crowd was on their feet for this match because it was so much fun. Very, very enjoyable. Just a very fun match. Like I said, the first, maybe 7 to 10 minutes, it wasn't anything spectacular, but once that Stone Cold jacket got involved, this match turned on to instantly great. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Omega got the victory with the Croat's Wrath, which is an awesome move, by the way. Just to add that. But awesome, awesome, awesome match. Very, just awesome. And then we're going to the main event, which was a tag team match. Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian versus the Young Bucks, which, to be honest, this match was very good. But it didn't blow me away like you'd think, these two teams would. Frankie Kazarian and Kaz is infamous how good of a tag team they are, and Young Bucks obviously is infamous for how amazing they are. So you'd think they'd put on an amazing match, but, to be honest, they put on a really good match, but nothing that blew me away. So I was kind of disappointed by this match, but it was still very good, a very good main event. Young Bucks went over with the Meltzer driver on Kaz. So a solid main event, but a little disappointing. I expected more, I guess, from these two teams, but they did what they did, and it was still very good, I thought. So night 2, great night. Improvement from night 1, not by much, but it's definitely the better first round matches, I thought, of the 2 nights. And then we're going to the third and final night, night 3. You have Chuck Taylor in the front, Chris Sabin, Matt Sydal, Ricochet, Kenny Omega, Cedric Alexander, Chris Hero, and TJ Perkins. Night 3, and you open it up. You got Trevor Lee and Johnny Gargano, and you got Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly. There is the spine for the winner. And here are the pictures highlighting the event, are basically a little preview what's to come on this show. Oh, sorry about that, I almost burped. And then, of course, we start off with the second round matches, which kicked off with Johnny Gargano versus Candice LeRae, which was pretty good, It wasn't anything bad. It was pretty enjoyable. I actually probably put this up against, Candice's match against Adam Cole at Mystery Vortex 2. It was good for what it was, Candice LeRae. Nothing against her, but, when you have her versus one of the guys, I don't really expect a great match. So, for her to have a pretty good match here, I'd consider it great for her standards. Not, like I said, nothing downing her because she is great, she is amazing. But, I haven't seen a great singles match from her in PWG because she's always wrestling guys, and, they probably take it easy on her. So, this match is very solid, I thought. Very enjoyable. Gargano was, playing the part where he refused to hit her, but he had no problem grappling with her or, giving her an alarm dart or anything. So he had no problem doing those, but he just wouldn't punch her. So this is this is a pretty good solid match here. Pretty solid opener. Johnny Gargano, of course, got the victory with the Hertz Donut on Candice. So Johnny Gargano wins and advances to the semifinals. Next to that, we had TJ Perkins versus Ricochet, which, to be perfectly honest, this match was a little disappointing. I thought this match would be very good for these two guys, but it wasn't, all that good, I thought. Just a lot of, submissions and, moving around and, just high-flying stuff. So this match didn't, wasn't as good as I thought it was. I thought it would, be very good to great, but it was just good. It was solid, nothing spectacular. Ricochet got the victory with the roundhouse kick, surprisingly. To be honest, that finish really came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that to be the finish. But Ricochet won with the roundhouse kick. Solid match. And next we had Michael Elgin versus Trevor Lee in another awesome match here. Trevor Lee was on a roll this weekend. He put on 3 great matches. Like I said, I'm becoming a pretty huge fan of this guy. He's really impressing me. And, him and Michael Elgin, he put up one hell of a fight. It was, similar to the Steen match, I would say, from 11. Michael Elgin really dominated him. But Trevor Lee definitely got more offense in this match, I believe. His crossbody, how he does, it's like, when he does a crossbody, it seems like, they counter it, but he counters it and does like a complete flip. His crossbody is amazing. It's awesome. Very enjoyable match here. He actually went for the, the package pile driver a few times, but, of course, he couldn't get him up. But Trevor Lee ended up getting a surprise victory with the small package and Michael Elgin for the 1-2-3 victory to advance to the semifinals. So, great match there, very enjoyable. Good stuff. And then we go on to the second round match, Kenny Omega versus Matt Sydal. this match is good. You know, I don't really remember too much out of it, to be perfectly honest, which is saying a lot because I watched this show the other day, or the other day when this video gets uploaded. I watched it the other day, so the fact I don't really remember anything from this match kind of states that it probably wasn't, you know, that good. Yeah, I'm really drawing a blank here. That's saying a lot for this match. All I know is Omega got the victory on Matt Sydal with the, what did he hit him with? He hit him with, I think, the Shidoyu? What it, I had trouble pronouncing the finisher, but Omega won, and yeah, that's it. I'm sorry, like I said, I totally just drew a blank for that match. Wow, that's saying a lot for the match, to be honest, but I can't believe I drew a complete blank for that match. Next we had another Roderick Strong versus AJ Styles, which was it started off really good. It was a great match. I thought it was, you know, hard hitting. These two were just beating the shit out of each other. They were really, you know, beating each other down viciously. And Roddy really took over the match. You know, AJ would retaliate, and they just had a really good. It seemed like more of a brawl than a wrestling match, which, you know, no complaints from me. So I thought they worked very well. But the referee ended up getting taken down. Roderick Strong ended up, AJ ended up hitting the Bloody Sunday on Roddy. And I think Roddy's boot hit the referee in midair or whatever, and the referee got knocked out, and Roddy threw chairs in the ring, and, the chair, AJ Styles with the chair, it was pretty much like an Eddie Guerrero style finish, where, well, it wasn't an Eddie Guerrero style finish, but AJ Styles hit the chair on the mat, and the referee heard it, and the referee rang for the bell. So AJ Styles got DQ, and this is the first DQ finish, I would think, in PWG since 2007. So, seeing the DQ finish here was very odd and strange. But yeah, it happened. I guess it was a good way to not make AJ Styles or have AJ Styles get pinned or whatever. I don't know why they did a DQ finish, but they did it, and Roddy wins by DQ and advances to the semifinals. So, very good match, but a very lackluster finish. And next we had Kyle O'Reilly versus Zack Sabre Jr. in another great technical match here. Just very technical. The counters and the near falls were spot on. This is probably the best technical wrestling match of the entire weekend. It was very, very technical, very, very great. Just a scientific match. That's all you need to know about this. Just very scientific, great mat wrestling, and that's all you really could ask for. Very hard hitting as well. Just the hard hitting of these two, beating the holy hell out of each other, trying to kill each other was just awesome. Just a great match. That's all you can really ask for from these two. O'Reilly got the one with the triangle sleeper hold. You know, he submitted Sabre Jr. with it. And then, yeah, that was a great match. And after the match, Kyle O'Reilly actually got attacked by Roderick Strong. Roddy just went apeshit and attacked both of them. Ended up hitting the end of Heartache on Kyle O'Reilly through 2 chairs. He flattened those chairs with the landing. So he attacked Kyle O'Reilly and took him out with those. So it was a great way to progress Roddy. I'm really loving the way they're booking Roddy for PWG right now. I'm really loving it. So great stuff there. Then we're going to a 6-man tag team match. We had Adam Cole and the Young Bucks versus ACH, Brian Myers, and Chris Sabin. Another fun 6-man tag here. You know, any Young Bucks match is very fun, especially when it's 6-man involving, you know, someone else like Adam Cole or, you know, Kevin Steen. You know, early this year, late last year in that case as well. Just a very fun match here. You know, ACH crowd surfed, then guys super kicked on the way back. The spots are just very fun. Just a very enjoyable, typical, you know, Young Bucks 6-man tag, or just, you know, regular Young Bucks tag in general. Just very fun stuff. Cole and Young Bucks got the victory with the more bang for your fuck, when Adam Cole ended up hitting the, I think he hit the, not Florida Keys, the Panama Sunrise, which led to a pile driver. So, yeah, good finish, good stuff. And then, of course, they don't list any more matches. They just said plus 10-man tag featuring Chris Hero, William Mack, Chuck Taylor, and more. And the semifinal and final round matches. So thanks for not listing the matches or the rest of the card. Appreciate it. But thankfully enough, I was smart and put them on my phone so I know what else happened. But yeah, after that match, they announced how Kyle O'Reilly was unable to compete and went to a hospital. Therefore, Roderick Strong advances to the finals by forfeit. Next, then we had semifinals. We had Johnny Gargano versus Trevor Lee, which was a awesome match here as well. Like I said, Trevor Lee was very impressive during these weekend of shows. He was very good and very enjoyable. And him and Gargano put on a very solid match here. Just Trevor Lee is very impressive. I can't stress enough how much he impressed me during this weekend. But great match between the two. Gargano wins with the Gargano escapes. You know, Trevor Lee submitted, so Gargano's going to semifinals. Then we had Ricochet versus Kenny Omega in the semifinals as well, and which was a great match, great back and forth, stiff kicks, just kicking out of finishes, which were just insane. Just a great match between the two. It was very fun. Kenny Omega's on, crack cocaine, so I mean, it's always fun to watch him. So I wouldn't say technical, but very great match between the two. Very hard hitting. Definitely didn't know who was gonna win out of the two when you're watching it. But Ricochet ended up getting the victory with the 630 senton, which was thing of beauty, especially when Ricochet hits it. So yeah, Ricochet goes to the finals, which leads into the I almost skipped one match. Of course, which was probably the funnest match of the weekend, which is a 10-man tag team match, which was Team Biff Busick versus Team Chris Hero, which was mildly fun. The biggest thing you'll hear about this match, which is the most entertaining, was the slow motion wrestling they did. It was awesome. Awesome. The crowd was chanting slow motion. Excalibur was doing slow motion commentary. Awesome slow motion thing that went on for about 2-3 minutes, maybe longer. But it was an awesome bit. Bobby Fish actually, of course, ruined it when he decided to not be in slow motion. He just said, "Hey, enough of this shit already," and just kicked Chuck Taylor and pretty much brought things back to normal. But it's extremely fun. 10-man tag. Team Hero ended up getting the victory with Rich Swann hitting the a frog splash onto Bobby Fish for the 1-2-3 victory. So it was a fun 10-man tag. But that slow motion spot would probably be the most you hear out of it, because it was awesome. It was very, very awesome. And then we're going to the finals, which was Roderick Strong versus Ricochet versus Johnny Gargano. Great finals here. My only complaint is right when it really started getting steam going, the match ended, which sucks, because right when I really started, not saying the match wasn't good before, because the match was going very well before it, but right when it really started picking steam up, right when it started getting very good, all the guys involved were just really going at it. Right when it really started picking up, the match just ended out of nowhere. And the finish seemed out of nowhere too. The crowd really didn't seem like they believed the match ended, because it really came out of nowhere. Ricochet ended up getting victory. Roundhouse kick to Johnny Gargano for the 1-2-3 to win Bola. Yeah, he wins Bola. Let's now that we've established 2-1. Here's what the side looks like when you have all three discs together. Just a picture of Ricochet right there. After the match, Roderick Strong actually attacked Ricochet and destroyed the trophy. So that was a dick move on his part. And he cut a promo, which you couldn't really make out what Ricochet was saying, because the mic quality wasn't that good, and with the crowd wasn't shutting up. So it's kind of hard ways making out, but he's pretty much just thanking everyone, I guess. But Bola 2011, or 2000, I don't even know why I said 2011 for. 2014, very fun wrestling shows. I'll say this. Night 1 was very good. Night 2 was great, and Night 3 was great as well. I wouldn't say it's the best Bola tournament, but it was definitely a 3 fun nights of wrestling you'll get. So, Bola, good stuff, very enjoyable. Go pick it up if you haven't yet. And that'll do it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.